They're supposed to be receiving an award this week about children, helping children from, like, exploited situations and families and stuff. How do you justify this? That should absolutely be revoked. Hey guys, welcome back to rhrjen. I'm so glad you're here. Guys, I have such a good show for you today. We need to talk. So much stuff coming out right now. It's kind of unbelievable. We're not just going to talk about Meghan going to the Balenciaga show. I have a lot to say about that. We're going to talk about the crazy stuff that has just broken that's coming out since then. So much to go over, so much to get into. If you're new here, I'm Jen. Make sure you're subscribed. Hit the thumbs up and leave me comments, as all of those sincerely helps me and helps YouTube to recommend my videos. And again, a huge thank you to everybody who has used the hype button. I really appreciate that. I've seen all your lovely comments. Thank you for that. Today, I'm Jen in gray suits, but I'm ready to talk about this. Let's just dive right on in. I know you know, but in case you don't, Meghan Markle went to the Balenciaga show in Paris. Now, let's get into that, shall we? First of all, oh my goodness, this outfit. Can I just say, I have looked and looked into this horrible outfit. Oh, it's just so bad. It's so bad. Even for Meghan, it's so bad. I've looked into this outfit, and according to, I mean, I've done some Googling, and from what I could tell, I had Harper's Bazaar. I found a Harper's Bazaar article. They're estimating that this outfit, so it's being reported that they were tailored specifically for her per Harper's Bazaar. They're thinking that the total cost of this outfit is north of $10,000. Let that sink in. They think that the cape alone would be about $4,000 to $6,000. She's wearing a matching silk blouse, which would add in about another $3,000. Again, it's gonna again, they're pushing $10,000 for this look, and that's not even including the purse and the shoes. The black clutch, they're estimating to be about $2,500 or so. So just keep that in mind. It costs a lot of money to look this ridiculous. I'm going to flip through these pictures real quick so you can see it. She sure is feeling herself in it, though. My goodness gracious. That is just crazy. So sitting here, that's Marcus next to her. I've been all through Marcus. Goodness, think Soho House. And one of the stories of how Harry and Meghan met. I say it like that because there's several stories floating around, and that was one of them, is that allegedly he hooked that up. But then they changed that story again to Violet, I believe. So, one might wonder if it's a Soho House connection. I don't know. All right. But this was shared with me from a friend. Thank you so much, friend, for sending this to me. I would totally credit the original. I don't know who originally had this, but I can't stop laughing about it. It may have come from St. Meghan Markle. I don't know, but it was texted to me. And I think this is hilarious. No disrespect to Gandhi for that. Oh my goodness. And then, oh, and then we got photos like this. I'm going to get into the article that goes with it. Oh, and then shout out to Body Language Guy for sharing this. This cracked me up as well. This was sent to me from a friend, and I can't stop laughing about it. And it's pretty spot on, if you ask me. All right. So we've talked about the ridiculous clothes. I need to actually get into the disgustingness of what's going on here, because there's a lot of layers to this. Meghan Markle slammed for attending Balenciaga fashion show after brand's ad scandal. The Duchess of Hypocrisy. I've definitely called her that before. All right, let's talk about it, because I want to go over it in case you don't know about that. It's important that we discuss this. We won't spend a ton of time because I assume you probably already know about it, but in case you don't. Okay, so think about this. Meghan's got this vocal stance on child protection, right? I just want to remind you all that she's repeatedly positioned herself as a fierce protector of kids, especially online through Archwell. She's pushed for social media reforms to shield children, she says, from bull and exploitation. So I want you to think about that. That is what she's pushed. She's made herself, and so has Harry, the ambassadors of this. Okay. And I've been over why that makes less than no sense, especially given her following. But I want you to think about this, because she even has like some Protect Our Children 2023. Like she's done some testimony on protecting kids. Well, lest we forget that in 2022, Balenciaga had a very it's disgusting. It's this horrible history. So 2022, they faced massive backlash for a holiday ad campaign featuring children holding these bears dressed in BDSM inspired outfits, complete with props like wine glasses and legal documents referencing child exploitation laws. It is so disgusting and so vile. I really don't even want to go hard into this. You get the idea. There's so much to this that was horrible. Okay. There ended up being a $25 million claim against their production company, citing that it glamorized gross kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just can't say it here on YouTube. Then there's Meghan. Okay. So she's making herself this child ambassador and urging platforms to what? Do better, things like that. They're supposed to be receiving an award this week about children, helping children from like exploited situations and families and stuff. How do you justify this? That should absolutely be revoked because how do you the hypocrisy, it just makes me disgusted. How can you sit there at a show like this after that controversy and then take your award? They're disgusting. And then she's front row. Well, that's debatable, but it looked like she was front row of this fashion show where this company has been known to do this. Again, the hypocrisy. It's like inviting Chrissy Teigen on when she has a history of the bull word, a young girl online. It's just incredible. The thoughtlessness, the carelessness while preaching this stuff. It's again, it's just what Harry and Meghan are known for. But I would dare I say this is one of the more hypocritical things. There's so many hypocritical things, but this is so hypocritical of them. It really is. So they talk about this being her first Paris fashion show, and it's this Balenciaga show. So she was going to support this new creative director of the show, a friend from her Valentino days, according to Vogue. So she showed up in this white ensemble, and her team, if you believe she has that, I would say her, is calling it a quote, culmination of artistry and friendship, according to Vanity Fair. But with the brand's history, okay, still in memory, it reeks of opportunism. Again, the actions and words never meet. She's given this opportunity, so of course she's going to take it. Let me show you. I do have some videos of her at this thing. It's just so ridiculous. Let me just show you real quick. Okay, here goes. So this is courtesy of, let me make sure it's muted. I believe this was on St. Meghan Markle. It's just some behind the scenes stuff. I believe the actual footage came from Women's Wear Daily. But you can see her interacting with people here, such as Anna Wintour. Now, something funny about Anna Wintour is she was in the background when Meghan was at that tennis thing I just talked about where she was allegedly flirting with Serena's husband, and Anna looked like she was disgusted as well. But anyway, if you don't know Anna Wintour, didn't she just step down? She was the editor-in-chief of Vogue forever and ever. I'm sure she's still tied to that place. But so here's Meghan. If you watch the video closely, Anna smooches her and then directs her to somebody else and kind of backs away. That's the rumblings I'm hearing is that people were quickly backing away. But here she is posing for photos. Not that I'm standing up for Anna Wintour in any fashion, but here you go. So there's Meghan schmoozing. There you go. So she quickly leaves. Here she is sitting at the fashion show. Yeah, and then that's Marcus next to her. And people are laughing because she definitely manages to find the cameras. What else is new? I wouldn't expect any different. And then here she is hugging the new creative director and whispering something to him. Do you think you could hook me up with a Duchess discount? That's what I assume she's saying, stuff like that. All right, enough of this. I really can't care less about couldn't care less about her at this fashion show. There's just more to this than that. Let's see here. I do want to point this out. So she was she was shown leaving this plaza. I will never be able to say it right, but it is one of my dream hotels to stay at. I think it's pronounced Ethnie. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's this gorgeous hotel. You know it, in Paris. It's an iconic hotel with the Eiffel Tower suite where you can open it up and look out and see. Carrie stayed there and the Sex and the City, and it's a whole thing. A lot of famous people stay there. So she was at this hotel and she's walking out, right? And there's all these like photographers, and it appears like they're there to take her picture. But as some lovely user on Reddit is telling us, no, no, no. That wasn't for Meghan. What actually was happening is because the Balenciaga fashion show wasn't far, they put up a lot of the models and the famous people that were there for Paris Fashion Week in that hotel. So the photographers were camped out there to get their photos. Well, Meghan used it as her opportunity to have her photo made and make it appear as if they're there for her. So I thought that was pretty. There's the name of the hotel. See, I cannot pronounce that, but I thought that was pretty on brand for Meghan, right? To pretend like they were there for her. But people are reporting that she had a weird vibe, a weird energy going on. You'll notice it in the photos too. But the reason is because people were ignoring her and stuff. So that's interesting. Okay, so there is another reference to this hotel that I know because again, I'm obsessed with the hotel and my Gosling loves Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift sang about this hotel. Now, the reason that's interesting to me, if it was anybody else, I just wouldn't even pay note of it. But there's an ongoing thing with Taylor Swift and Meghan Markle, and Taylor Swift just had an album drop. So, of course, I wouldn't put anything past Markle to even use that kind of tie-in for publicity. It might be reaching, I don't know, but it occurred to me, so I thought I'd pass that information along to you. Again, this is my dream hotel. I just think one of my dreams is to stay at this hotel. It just looks beautiful. It really does. Okay, so here's some more pictures of her at this event. There's her with Marcus. Okay, I want to talk about something that has come out since then, though, because everybody's going nuts over this event and talking about that. But something really, I mean, that's pretty disgusting already, but something really disgusting has come out since then. It's just broken, and I want to talk about this because it is unbelievable, even for Meghan. It is unbelievable what's come out. It's tone deaf and disgusting even for Meghan, because that is saying something, because she's often those things. Again, so is Harry, but this is pretty awful even for her. Meghan Markle puts her feet up on limo ride in insensitive video near where Princess Diana crashed. So let's take a look, because it wasn't even that the paparazzi caught it. No. Meghan posted it herself. Take a look at this. This is directly from Meghan's Instagram. Here you go. Here's the video. So driving through Paris, feet up. There you go. And I've still framed it and lightened the image so you can see it, but that's her feet. That's her feet up. Oh, and then I'll show you that too. That's her feet up in the car on the way, or like driving through Paris, right where the Diana thing happened. So let's take a look at this, because I have so many thoughts. Actually, let's just dive on it. I have so many thoughts on this tunnel thing. It really is incredible. So of course, August 31st, 1997, Princess Diana died at age 36. We know that in that horrific accident. It's terrible. Okay. Harry and Meghan's own near catastrophic car chase happened, in 2023. To me, I felt like it was an attention grab to try to echo that, but also a push for free security, right? And then Harry, in his own words in Spare, talked about how that was for him and the trauma of losing his mother. Well, here we go. So last night, post this Balenciaga show, Meghan posted it. It's still up, this Instagram story from her limo. So it's the footage of the Paris bridges at night and panning to her black stilettos propped up on the seat, legs crossed, stretching, relaxed, right? So the route leads directly to the entrance of that fatal tunnel. You can call it coincidence, you can call it whatever you want, but I just feel like it's the most insensitive thing. If you're asking me, in my opinion, nothing Meghan does is by accident. This is very calculated. I was trying to think as soon as I heard it, I thought, oh my gosh, is this a jab at Harry? I would assume so. Is this a jab at William? At King Charles? I mean, all the above. Yeah, I really think so. It's like making light of this horrible family tragedy, of this wound. Okay, let's talk about just the craziness here. So with the near catastrophic car chase, my point was New York City is stop and go. How fast could they have been going? It's stop and go traffic, and it's not that big of a space it looked like that they were covering. Well, the the hotel that she's staying in the fashion show didn't appear, from my research, it doesn't seem like it's that far apart. It's Paris. So my point is, it's not like she had a 2-hour car ride where she needed to put her feet up, I don't think. It appears to me like she wasn't going far, but a very strategic move to stretch out like that, to put your feet up on the seat like that, which, by the way, is just rude. It's rude. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't even do it in my own car, but fine, do it in your own car. Do it in your whatever car, your friend's car, if they're okay with it. You don't do that in a private car. I just think that is so rude. That's Meghan. But she's filming herself in a lap of luxury, relaxing, not a care in the world. She knew what she was doing. She knew exactly. You're telling me she doesn't know every single thing about Diana? Please. Anytime she can get her name in the same sentence as Diana, she feels like she's won. So here we are once again. I just find it so tone deaf. People are calling it vile, evil, and triggering. Yeah, I agree. So let's take a look at this article I pulled, because that's exactly how I feel as well. It just seems tone deaf and vile. All right. So again, this is courtesy of New York Post. And it says Meghan Markle is facing backlash for sharing a video of herself relaxing in a limousine near the Paris tunnel where Princess Diana got into her fatal car crash in 1997. See, again, it's her own clip from her Instagram story. They are going to be the undoing of themselves. It's so crazy. It's not like they were caught doing something terrible. She filmed it herself. So yeah, again, she filmed out the window. You saw the video. Here's some pictures from the article. Okay, she then turned the camera to show her putting her feet up, stretching them out in the car. Markle's limo was very close to that spot. Oh, it's terrible. All right. Here is the picture of the limo. I have lightened it. So here's the actual video. I've lightened it because I want to see exactly where her feet were. There you go. It appears that I thought it was on the door at first, but I think it's just a backward facing seat, feet up, filming herself. Why would you do that? It's just unbelievable, except for it's Meghan, so it's not, but it is. It's unbelievable. So she went to France for her first fashion week. Okay, there you go. Slammed by social media users after she posted this video. If driving towards Princess Diana death scene is a message to Prince William, then Meghan Markle is the devil. That's it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I was legitimately asking, even before I read this, I was like, I'm in a message group with my friends, and I was like, what is happening here? Was this a jab at Harry? Was this a jab at William, the king? All the above? Probably. Just sickening. Absolutely sickening. Imagine okay, this is her husband's mother. So she's just doing, in my opinion, a big middle finger about that. But imagine it's anybody. That's supposed to be the most sacred relationship, right? Your marriage. But imagine it's her kid's grandmother. Like, again, sacred relationship. She's doing this too. But imagine it's even just a friend of yours. You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't go to your friend's, pick somebody, your grandmother's gravesite, and film yourself drinking or relaxing or stretching out on a lawn chair. Why would you do this? That is just bonkers. I know Meghan is, but this is dark even for her. This is big. Instead of avoiding those places that the late princess went to, she went and she recreated them. How evil. I think so too. I think it's all very intentional. I mean, a private car or a limo through this tunnel? Absolutely. Absolutely. Why would she film in the place where his mother died? Moreover, why would she post it on social media for the world to see? This is beyond disturbing. She has had nothing whatsoever to do with Princess Diana. So why is she doing it? That's it. So she can have her name in the same sentence. So she can get the attention. I'm telling you, this is dark and sick, even for her. It really is. This is one of the more despicable things I've seen out of her. And that says something because all she knows how to be is dark and despicable. It really is just awful. I don't understand what on earth she was thinking. Well, she can't have been thinking, oh, contraire, mon frere. I think everything is calculated with her. I think this is very intentional and very thought out. I think she knew exactly what she was doing. Oh, it's just disgusting. I'm sure she didn't mean to cause offense. I'm sure she did. She can't have been thinking, yes, she can, but it's insensitive beyond belief. That's it. Okay, let's pretend like it was all an accident. I don't believe it, but let's just play devil's advocate and say, no, she didn't mean to do it. No, it was an accident. Okay, fine. This is the most insensitive thing. It wouldn't occur to you that your husband's mother, one of the most famous women in the world, that's where she died. And that's what you're going to do. My God. Diana's death is a tragedy that's scarred so much of Harry's life. And I can't imagine he would find this appropriate. Well, she launched a product on Diana's birthday or maiden? Yeah, it was her wine. So why wouldn't she take over this as well? It truly is sick. And then the top comment under this article echoes exactly how I feel. I didn't think it was possible, but I dislike Meghan even more now. Same. Absolute same boat. It's just unbelievable, even for Meghan. It really is. So this is where I want you to chime in. I need to know your thoughts on all this. Did you know this? Had you heard this? I know you probably know about the Balenciaga, but this foot thing is crazy to me. It really is. I know I brought another picture. Hang on. I think, do I have it here? It may have just been on the screen recording. Let me play this again one more time. Hold on. No, it's not this one. It's this one. Okay. So here's her feet. And then she also posted this on her Instagram. So again, they just have this thing about putting feet up on seats. And yeah, I know it's minor, but I find that so rude and disrespectful. You don't do that. You don't do that in a friend's car, let alone a stranger car or whatever, a courtesy car. I just think that's rude. It really is. It's insensitive to put your shoes up like that. And it just shows her lack of elegance and class. Why would you do it in the first place? And why would you take pictures of it? Just zero F's given. Once again, my goodness gracious. I'm going to leave this here. Dying to know your thoughts on all this. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. It really is just incredible. Even for Meghan, I would put this up there as, again, it's hard to say because there's so many horrible things. And the way she treated Her Majesty the late Queen, accusing them of the S-tours, and then the way she's treated Catherine are some of the worst things. And I would say this is one of the worst things she's done as well, maybe to the whole family, also to Harry. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, nothing will come of it with him. Nothing. But how is this not the straw that broke the camel's back? I don't know. I really don't. I don't know how you justify this or how you stay silent on this. I guess this trip was meant to be a comeback, but I'm sorry. It shows her real character. It shows who she is at her core. It really does. From going to this child scandal, to put it lightly, show to just the way she's just using Diana's name in such a disgusting and vile way. It's horrible. It really is. All right, that's going to do it for me. Let me know your comments let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you so much for being here. Jen in gray suit. That's right. In case you didn't know, the royal family all wore, I talked about it in a separate video, the gray suit. So I decided I needed to wear gray as well. Here we are in gray suits. All right. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to bring you more stuff like this. As more backlash comes out, I'm gonna talk about it. This is absolutely incredible. It really is. This is gonna be big. I think big fallout. I really do. All right. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye. Oh my God. She is vile. Disgusting. If Harry, okay. I can't stand Harry. I am not team Harry. And I don't like it. I always say, I don't like it when people just go after Meghan. They should go after him too. But if he doesn't divorce her after this, I know it's horrible to talk like that. I don't wish families apart, but my God, if he doesn't do something after this, he's just as bad, if not worse, as she is. And I often say that, but he is. How do you ignore this? She basically just middle fingered up, his mother, the one whose coattail she continues to ride. Remember, she talks to Diana. So if she's talking to Diana, why isn't Diana saying, bitch, this is cruel even for you? My God. Anyway. All right, I made myself laugh with that. It's dark, but it's true. Like, if she's talking to Diana, why isn't Diana saying, B, what you doing? Stop that now, you miserable cow. All right. All right, let me know in the comments below if you stayed tuned this long. I always try to ask a question at the end. If Meghan's talking to Diana, you tell me what Diana's saying to her right now in her head. Oh my God, it's sick, right? It's sick and twisted. Tell me anything. Tell me what you think will happen next. Tell me if she's going to cry the Eastward. Is she going to say the paparazzi was chasing her and she was so scared she had to take her shoes off or whatever, put her feet up? No, her shoes were still on. She had to put her feet up? What's the deal? My God. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Have the best day. I'll talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye. This is sick. Sick. I just can't even believe it. Even for Meghan, this is sick. All right. Bye. Oh, horrible, horrible people.